How's it going, everybody? We're just a little 5 minutes over 9:35 right now. 9:30 actually. Let me know who's in chat. I'd love to hear from you guys. Let me know if you can hear my audio okay. Last time I think I forgot to turn off the background music. And so here we are. Let me turn my camera. Let me turn my webcam on. And we're good to go. Okay, so I can take this headphones off because I'm not listening to the music anymore. Double checking that I had turned it off already. Okay, so let me know who's in chat, and then we got some exciting stuff to show you guys. Let's see here. While I'm waiting for that, I'm gonna quickly create a demo product. Let's see here, just really quickly go here. I usually have a script that generates test data, but for some reason it's not working today. So, no problem. Something just changed with it. Okay, that looks good. So we got some really cool updates here. We have coupon stuff. We got address logic, localization. So that'll be something we'll show you guys. Fixed a handful of random little bugs with North as well, just like UI stuff. There was some issues with like radio buttons. There were some issues with like SVGs, like getting moved far away with different builders and stuff like that. And so all of those have been fixed. And so so North is coming along really, really nice. Coupon list is actually finished as well. I could pull that up. Let me pull that up really quick too. Let's see here. I have a bunch of stuff here. All right, if you're just joining us, we're just getting started. This is just the latest update. I'll probably finish some testing on this week, and then we'll push this update out to everybody either end of week or the beginning of next week as well. So I'm just going to make sure everything's good on here. Let's see here. Okay. So first things first, I want to go over the new North Commerce site. So let me open this in an incognito window so I don't get the WordPress bar at the top. So I've begun redesigning the North Commerce website, and my goal for this is to provide as much information as possible for you guys to learn more about North Commerce, as well as, you know, if you want to share it with friends or clients or whatever that you want to use North Commerce as well, we'll have a bunch of information for them. So we have this nicely designed website. It's all done in Kadence, so shout out to Kadence. And we get some information here, and I wanted to do my best to kind of feature kind of some of the stronger features that we're coming out with North Commerce. And one of those is going to be WordPress blocks. So if you guys haven't already started playing with the block editor, I would highly recommend, you just going into the vanilla block editor and messing around with it, just experimenting with all the different blocks, selecting multiple blocks, grouping them together, making them rows, and figuring out columns and all that stuff, and just kind of get a feel for it. In the new WordPress 6.3, there was also some interesting updates as well there. So I'd highly recommend going, if you haven't already, download an instance of WordPress on in like local WP or something, and then just start playing around with it on your computer and just experimenting. If you want to use something like Kadence, or if you already have something like Kadence or Quickly or whatever, I would recommend just trying to redesign a site, in your free time that you did in another builder or something. But Gutenberg, or I guess the block editor we're calling it now, is a really powerful feature for WordPress, and it's come a long way, especially in 6.3 with some of these performance updates. You're going to see a lot of new block themes coming out that are going to outperform pretty much any builder or any existing theme available on WordPress. That's kind of what I'm thinking, and that's kind of what we're also working on at North Commerce. So this is just a quick overview of the website. We have we're still going to be compatible with our favorite builders. I'm going to show a little preview of some blocks that we have done, but we're working on some other cool stuff with some other builders as well, and then we have the short codes you could also embed anywhere with whatever builder that you like. We have all of our templates that you get out of the box with North Commerce, and you can customize those with CSS, or if you're using the block editor, with the block editor as well, and so that makes it super easy. This is also a huge thing we talked about last week, where we have our new automation system. So all of our features and add-ons are going to be something that we can implement really, really easily. And so the goal for North Commerce is to, of course, welcome third-party developers to create custom solutions, but also to just make it easy for you. And you could just go to the integrations area in North Commerce and either request or select an integration that you'd need. We also have our single page checkout forms. And so if you haven't already seen what a single page checkout form looks like, you can do that by going to the join beta page and seeing what that looks like. So if you sell digital products, if you sell a service, even if you sell physical products, you can use a single page checkout form on a sales page or something like that. What I would recommend is, if you guys are offering some type of web development service, an agency service, any type of service really that you have created a sales page for, I would highly recommend using the North Commerce single page checkout forms, and then you get PayPal and Stripe and Molly all included in that as well. And then if you don't need to collect shipping information, you can always hide that, no problem. And then there's also some docs to set a default country code for the phone number there. So this is what a single page checkout form looks like, and then this is also our page for our real beta. So if you haven't already joined the North Commerce beta, you can do that by going to northcommerce.com/beta, and you get 3 domains for $475. So typically North Commerce is $99 a month, but during the beta phase, you get everything included in the North Commerce core plan for just $475. So this is basically like a buy one get two free. So jumping back here, we have order bumps as well. If you wanted to add order bumps to your single page checkout form, you can do that as well. So just little upsells or whatever that you want on the checkout, you can add those. So whether that's like maybe you offer a managed hosting or managed WordPress service or something, and you want to upsell on like writing emails or something, and that's a monthly service, you can add that to your North Commerce single page checkout forms. And then we have integrations already with Zapier and Pabbly, and then we are just finishing up some UI for our webhook system. So you'll be able to hook into any system, and then that also enables us to create any integrations super easy, and then you guys can just use whatever service you need in addition to North Commerce. And with our EasyPost integration, we have access to over 100 shipping carriers. I just listed a few here. If you want to go to easypost.com/carriers, I believe, you can see a list of all the carriers that they have. And if you see some that if you don't see one that you need, I'm pretty sure you can just request it, and I think they're pretty good about adding carriers. And then this is just a little biography about all of the team members, and we are actually adding more team members as well. We've added 2 more developers, and so we'll need to add them as well. So another thing is I want to make it as easy as possible for people to access the docs. So here, if you go to docs, it'll open up our Git book, and you can go into whatever category you want to learn more about, and we have some information here. So all of our short codes you'll see are here. All of our product, the collection sliders and things like that, those are all available here. And I'm still adding a bunch more to this as well. So cart icon as well, so you can add this to your navigation. So you have a cart icon with the amount of items in your cart, all of that stuff, orders, products, and kind of just information about all of that. That's all available to you. So that's docs. And then another thing that I wanted to do in this iteration of the North Commerce website is adding a lot more information in terms of like what we've been doing, and then also in the changelog as well. Pedro says, hey, North Plugin, can you add the Portuguese carrier CTT? Yeah, I mean, we could even see if EasyPost has that. Let's see. CTT. Okay, so it looks like they don't have it, but we can contact support and message them about that. But here's the website, easypost.com/carriers, to see who's there. And when it comes to requesting those things, like new carriers or new features, I'm going to get into that with the changelog. I want to show you guys just a little bit about that in just a second. So good question, and I'd like to learn more about that particular carrier. So inside of the blog, we have kind of just all the latest updates here about what we're doing with North in terms of like these live streams. So these are just all the replays of our lives that I have right now, and looks like it's only showing a featured one and then another one. I can fix that really quick, and then here you can just go, and if you wanted to rewatch any of the update videos, you can go in here and do that. Also, a new thing is if you want to get a hold of me directly, you don't want to join Discord or whatever, you can always shoot me a text here by just dialing or just texting that number. And if you're international, it should work, but then like I think international like text message rates apply if you don't have unlimited texting. Another thing that I wanted to make a lot easier is all of our changelog updates. So here we have a list of all of the updates that we have done in our changelog. You'll notice that like a lot of them are pretty few and far between. But now that we have to set this new system, and we have a new way of managing tasks and all sorts of things, it'll be a lot easier to update the changelog here. So I just wrote up a simple little thing here just to make sure I had everything working. But you'll see here a detailed change logs of all the changes. And so like when we push this next update, we'll have a list of all of the updates in this change log, and you can go there. But you'll also notice that we have this feature request and voting system. This is something that we've done in the past, but it's kind of like sat in the background, and I don't think a lot of people knew about it. So if you click on that, you'll see it opens up a note page, and here you can make a suggestion for a feature. So you could write a title and then a short description of the feature that you want. So for example, I can use Pedro's example. So, add Portuguese carrier CTT. I don't see in the available EasyPost carriers for the Portuguese market. It would be super valuable. Here is the link to their site. So like, that's a good example. of like what like a request could look like. It could be something super super detailed. It could be something as simple as that, and then you would have like and then you would just have, is this it right here? CTT, yeah, maybe this is it. Pedro, does this look like it's the right one? Looks like it. And then you would just, add a link or something so we have a little more context, an easier time just navigating to the site to like, investigate the documentation or whatever. If you want to claim an account, you can do that as well, or you can just make that suggestion. And let's see here. Then you can go in here to like trending or like most voted, and then you yourself can come in and vote. And so like modern custom account pages is something that someone added here, and so they gave some information here. WooCommerce account is pretty outdated in comparison to a lot of the other sites these days. There's another plugin they suggested that has a really great modern approach. And then like here's also a nice one, and it's a screenshot of what an account page could look like. And then it looks like 15 people have voted on this, and so it's like, okay, cool, well, let's work on that and make that a priority. User and role-based pricing, that's also super popular. That comes with coupons, wish list functionality. So you see all of these things have been voted on, and then if you want to vote on one, you can vote, and then you would create an account. So you see that that's been added. And so that's something super super nice. And then if you are in the beta for North Commerce, you could you get priority votes, and like since you are a paying customer, then you even have like an opportunity to maybe sponsor some of those features. So if you are working with a client, and this particular client needs a specific integration with like a tax service or an invoicing system or a shipping carrier, then we'd be able to sponsor those, and we could talk more about what that looks like if you're interested in doing that. So that is available on northcommerce.com/changelog. So be sure to check that out. And then you can go through all of the different changes here. And we'll be adding these weekly usually. So depending on the features, like coupon codes, there's kind of multiple parts to that feature. So that might be, we're typically going to release updates weekly, but like in the case of working on coupon codes, we have like the back end to do on the admin side, and then we have the front end logic to do in the checkout and the add to cart pages. And so those bigger like features might take 2 weeks or 3 weeks, and so updates might be kind of in between those things as we start to launch those. And so any updates in the changelog that are like have a week or two time difference, then that's gonna be why. Okay, any other questions? Anyone in chat have any thoughts or anything so far? Let me know what you guys think of the new website. And then I'm gonna jump into some changes here we made. So this is just, let me really quickly change the width of this page. Let's do, actually not home, let's just do page, and we can update this. Okay. I'm just gonna quickly just change this to like 85 or something. No, probably 65, just to make it look a little bit wider so it's a little more visible. And then inside of North, I'll go to products. We can add to cart here. So I'll go to checkout here, and then I'll add an email. And so you'll notice that we have United States is the default here in this particular case, and then we have zip code, city, and state. If I switch, then the address will update. The address fields will update based on the country and what what is required for each of those countries. And so we have like Argentina, and then we have all the provinces in Argentina. We have United Kingdom, and that is postal code and city. Looks like there's a tiny little bug here, which I can fix. Back to United States, the United Arab Emirates, and then they have all the Emirates here. So all of these inside of North are just native, and you automatically get all that localization. So that was super handy. I know there were some people who were like already starting to use North Commerce in for their sites, and they were in the United Kingdom, and then it wasn't working. So if you guys, as we push these updates, if you find little bugs, just send a ticket on Intercom or message us in Discord, and we'll quickly fix those. So those are all available there. So that's super nice. And we've also done some work on the checkout like optimization to make it a little faster. And so that's been super helpful. We'll provide a report of what that looks like when we're completely finished. But like generally it took, like, let's say it took 4 seconds to collectively complete everything on the checkout. Now we've been able to cut that by an 80 to 90%, and so that's been super nice. So another thing we've done was let's see here. I'm looking at my list. So originally what happened when you first activated the plugin, all of these pages are created. And what happened was, if you viewed if you had a product page, and then you selected the product, the slug would be technically like a child of that product page. And so if I was to customize this product page here, and I added some text, so let me show you what this looks like. So if I added some text here that said I want to show only on the product grid view or something, and I put that at the top, and then I viewed the page. Okay, so there it is there on the products page, and in the grid view where all the list of products would show. But if I clicked it and then went to the product page, I still see it on the product page, because technically it's the same page, but we're just rendering two different we're running two different templates based on whether or not a slug exists. And so I was even going and creating some e-commerce stores with North, and was going to customize the product collection page, is what I was calling it, and I was getting this issue. So now what we do is, instead of just creating a product page that renders a product collection view without the slug, and then the product page with the slug, we now render this collection page. So this collection page will also render that same grid template, but then when you click on the product page, or when you click on the product itself, it goes to the product page for that specific product. And so now what will happen is we'll be able to create collections based on product categories or product tags, or virtually anything really, product prices or whatever. And then you can view that collection that you created based on the slug. So if I had best sellers or something, I would be able to go to that. I would be able to go to that collection. That collection doesn't exist, but any collection that you create, you would be able to link directly to with one template, and it would dynamically update all the data based on however you set that collection up. So product tags, categories, prices, whatever. maybe a manual order, you add collections manually, you can do all of that. And so the separation between product pages and collection pages now is going to make customizing the grid view and the product page view a lot easier. So, because one of the instances that happened was when I was wanting to add a bunch of other information underneath the product, recommended products. I was wanting to add just random different things. It was also showing up on the collection page. I was like, oh gosh, that doesn't work. And so so we fixed that, and then now that'll be available in the next update. So that's also a really good update. Super helpful. Any other questions or thoughts? I was gonna show more coupon stuff, but I don't think. Let me see if I can switch branches really quick. This will take a second, but I do want to show you the updates for products. Okay, I think I can quickly change this. Let's see what branch I need to go to. 233. So coupons is awesome. It's going to be one of the biggest features that we have. Okay, let's see if I get any errors. Sometimes switching branches can break stuff, but looks all good. So let's just say that this branch, well, I can even just generate a code for the branch. Let's say my usage limit is, for 25. Okay, only 25 people can use this. I can select specific products. I need to merge that over. There's actually a new UI for that. And then I can set an end date. So let's just quickly do that. I kind of went over this last week, but I wanted to show coupon list. So here now we have a list of coupons that has the ID of the coupon, the code itself, the type of coupon it is. It's a manual or an automatic coupon. The discount type, is it fixed or percent or a free shipping? The usage, so how many coupons has been used out of the total amount that can be used, and then the status of the coupon. Is it scheduled? Is it active? So that's all done as well. So now pretty much what's left is just polishing off, adding products, countries, and customers to this, which I wonder if I can. Let's be crazy here, and I can see if I can even check out to that branch. And maybe we get errors, maybe we don't. Let's see. Yes, we do. Okay. Well, we can't show that anymore. Bummer. But basically, we have that done. I just need to merge this branch into the other branch, and that'll be good. So that'll show. That will allow you to add as many products as you can, and then if you want it to be on a specific product or a collection of products or whatever, you can do that as well. And then as well as countries and customers. Like if you only want these specific customers to get this discount, you can do that as well. They'll have to be logged in, but they'll get it, or they can use their email address, I guess, and it would work as well. Keith says, "Hey Kelly, hope you are well. So regarding collections, will they always have to have collections in the URL, or is that something we will have control over or can even remove?" So that's a good question. What will happen is there will always be a page name here, and then there always will be a slug here. And so that's generally that's sort of how we set up our permalink stuff for North. But what you can do is you can go into dashboard and settings, and then in general, you could scroll down here until you see collection pages. You can change that to whatever page you want. So if, right now it's called collections, you can rename it to, products, and then change this to product or something. You could change it to whatever you wanted. But generally, the structure for getting data is going to be like the URL, like collections and then the slug for that collection there. So, but you can change this name to whatever you want. And it might be good for SEO to like have it structured that way, but and then now that they're their own unique pages, and so you don't get these duplicate weirdness to it. Oh, and when will the next update be available for testing, please? Yes, Keith. So I'm just gonna do some last minute tests, and kind of migrate these last bit of stuff into the main development branch. Like I think we just saw me try to switch branches to that UI version with the collection, the product modal, and selecting those things in the coupons. And so there's a couple little tweaks I need to make, and I'm hoping either the end of the week on Friday, or it'll be early next week, like Monday. And most likely Monday. I think it just makes more sense to do it on Monday. But yeah, just a few little things to tweak before we push that update. Hello, Darren. How are you? So that's pretty much it for now. I think that, I mean, there's a couple random little things that I've fixed, updates that we've done, but they're sort of like back end stuff that aren't super visual, and so sometimes it's harder to preview those. But North is looking really, really good right now, you guys. And if you haven't already, join the beta and start using at least the single page checkout forms for your agency, for any services you offer, for whatever. I know people are using single page checkout forms for things like collecting like deposits for a service. I know like a real estate agent is using it for collecting payments for Q&A. So like you can pay to ask this person a question, like a paid consult basically. And so there's lots of things you could do. Virtually any sales page that you have, you could just use a single page checkout form for with North, and then you could easily add any URL redirect after the payment has been made, and that could go to an upsell page or whatever. Upsells aren't done in North, but at least you could redirect them to another page with another offer or something like that, or to sign up for some other thing. So Ethan Sigmund, I've been using single page checkout to sell my digital products. Yes, that's great, Ethan. I'm happy to hear that. Thank you, Keith. And I think that if you haven't used single page checkout forms is a great place to start right now with North, and so yeah, if you offer any type of service or whatever, I think use a North Commerce checkout form. It looks really great on mobile and on desktop, and it's super modular in terms of like how you want to place it on your in your sales page. Use it to replace the funnel software I was paying for. Oh, that's awesome. Yes, yeah, so like it's a great example of that. That's a great example of like if you use like ClickFunnels or Samcart or some of the other ones, you can just get everything directly out of the box with North, but then you get to use your favorite builder inside of WordPress. You get to use Oxygen, you get to use Cadence, or you get to use Divi or Elementor or whatever, and so it makes it super easy to customize those sales pages with a great checkout form, instead of being like boxed in and locked into like a builder that you may not be as familiar with or doesn't have all the features that you want. Darren says, a few months ago, we were able to sign up to possibly invest in North Commerce in some way. Is there still something like this around? Love so much what you're building, man. Yes, Darren, I mean, that's something that I'd love we could chat about that. We're not necessarily actively raising now, but I mean, that's something we can always talk about. It's always super helpful. And so if you're in Discord or you want to shoot me an email, message me on Discord, or you can shoot me an email at hello@northplugins.com, or you can also message me on Intercom, which I realize I don't have on the new North Commerce site. I need to add that really quick. But if you go to northplugins.com, you'll see that we have like a little chat box here. So yeah, if you're interested in talking about something like an investment in North or something like that, we could totally talk about that. So you could chat me here, or send me an email at hello@northplugins.com, or talk on Discord. Okay, I've got to wrap this up. It's been about 40 minutes, but I'm excited about where North is going. I'm excited for all the feedback here. Thank you for those who are coming. If you're watching this on a replay, um, you can always, if you have questions, you can email me, you can message me on Discord, but also you can shoot me a text if you want. So I'll make this more available somewhere, maybe in a contact page or something. But if you want to shoot me a text, ask me questions, you can do that. Just shoot that number a text, and I'll reply to you. If you're international, there might be like some extra fees for you if you don't have unlimited texting, but I'll still get it at least. And I appreciate everyone watching this, and thank you so much. If there's any last minute questions, I'll hang out for like a couple more, like a minute or two. I know sometimes the stream lags a little bit, so I can wait for chat. Any other things? Oh, you know what I didn't do? I said I was going to do, and I didn't do it. I was going to show you some of the blocks that we created, and I didn't. So let me pull that up really quick. I can't believe that. We can do this quickly. It's all good. Let's see here. Okay. So these are not final blocks, but they are at least a preview of what we've been working on. Let's see here. Thank you, Ethan. I appreciate that. Okay, so we have a new. This is actually 85% done. This is a new grid view for a product collections. That's gonna make it's a lot better than the previous implementation. And let's see if I can show you here. So it's a little wacky right now, but I just started doing this last night. But you'll also notice that you're going to get different grid like styles directly out of the box. So you can do a 2 layout grid, 3 layout grid, 4 layout grid, 5 I guess you technically could do, 6 you technically could do, 7. I wouldn't recommend doing that many, but yeah, like 3 or 4 is always a nice sweet spot, and then on mobile like 2 is always really converting well recently. And so this is a new block, so you'll be able to control that inside the editor. So like we'll have a slider here for that, and then you can also update the colors for the pricing and all that. That's not been set up, but I'll show you on these ones here. Same with this. You can update all the colors here. We could the font will be inherited, and you can see how that all works. You could select a specific category of products, and you could add multiple of these. So maybe you want to have a collection of your best sellers, and then you have a collection of your your new releases, and maybe a specific category or whatever. And so that's all included here. And so we could you can update that, and then we'll add more like customizations in terms of like font size and things like that. So that looks great. And then we have our tab layout here, which is like a 3. So these are all blocks here. So this is the tab slider, which has you can select a category here, and you can rename this whatever. So let's just say like maybe women's shoes. In here I could do tab 2 men's shoes, and then in tab 3 I could do like kids shoes here, and then I would be able to select the category. So say I have a category of women's shoes, I have a category of men's shoes, and I have a category of kids shoes. It'll render the top 3 of those products from those categories and show them here. And then you could add to cart or just view the products. So that's super nice. And then we're also working on, so if I go North Commerce, a North Commerce product block and product. So basically what you'll have is you'll have a product block and then all the subcomponents of a product, of the product page. So basically you'd have like this wrapper container that like is the product block, and then you would have like the product title, the product price, a quantity selector, add to cart, the option or the variation selector, an image gallery, all of that stuff. You would have that directly inside of inside the North Commerce block. Let's see. We have product slider, product gallery, tab slider. that's all of them. And then the product block is just really, it's nothing to see yet. But all of the North Commerce templates will be blocks, and then we'll create patterns and all sorts of other block themes and stuff like that. So I'm actually working on, let's see if I can show you North theme. I'm working on this. This will be our first block theme that I create, and it'll be called Commerce One. I've just started to like get the infrastructure for that all set up, and so that will be available. I'm shooting for the end of next week for this, and we'll have like cart. We'll have this cool hero image. We'll have the sliders. We'll have this tabbed slider as well. Some featured collections, and then the shoes and sneakers and things like that, like a collection view. And that'll be that. So Keith says, question that I just thought of with the new website as a customer who purchased an LTD on the old Domain North plugins. Yeah, so Keith, it'll all work the same. I think I migrated the database over to northcommerce.com, so it's all the same. I did get one person reporting today that they weren't able to download the plugin from like their account. I think that's just a path issue with where the download lives on this new hosting service, and so I've kind of started to look at it right now before this live. So, but everything will work the same. Just log in, and it should be good. If you don't have, if the login's not working for some reason, you might just need to reset your password. I don't think you should though, but I don't know. It should have carried over from the previous database. Like I'm logged in with the same login I had before. So, cool. Good question. But it should be the same. So you should see no difference. And then in the next couple weeks, I'll probably end up like removing North Plugins website, and then it'll just redirect to northcommerce.com. Okay, cool. Any other questions or thoughts or feedback from this? I know this doesn't look like much yet, but once you see it all put together, it's gonna be super, super nice, and it'll be super easy to build. Like if you look at like even, let's see, like I think Allbirds I got some inspiration from too. Like you'll see like you have a hero image, you have that tabbed layout here, you have like this mid hero image here, and then you have a slider, and you have like some featured images here, and you have another slider. And so like some of these really, really big e-commerce stores, like in terms of like layout, are pretty standard layouts like that we have directly out of the box with North. And so with North and with like the block editor and stuff, you'll be able to get those layouts and those like flows really easily. And so that'll be super nice. All right, I appreciate everyone who joined today. If you have any questions or thoughts, feel free to email me. Feel free to message me on Discord. I'm always on Discord, but also email me or text me. I'm also available to those who don't want to join Discord or just don't know much about it. But thank you, I appreciate it, and I will see you guys next week.